Just like a typical Monday, recapping, still feel really good about getting a win on the road. But there's a lot to like. We mentioned it defensively, first three quarters, playing really lights out. I mean, aggressive, tackling well, making it hard on the quarterback. I do want to give a bunch of credit to the secondary, especially Ryan Cooper, Noble Thomas, in a seriously limited fashion, practice-wise, prepping for that thing. Those guys played really well. Offensively, missing Levin good. I can't say enough. Tanner Miller, Grant Starr coming in there. Hennelly, the way he played, kind of rolls his ankle pregame and was struggling with it throughout. Those guys battled. Did some good things. I did think we had some explosive plays in the pass game that helped us. DJ making big-time throws. Aiden, again, coming in, giving us a little spark there was awesome. On the special team side, those two-punt returns changed the game, and we work a lot on that. And Anthony Gould's not doing that on his own. Jake Reichel, huge blocks on really not just Reichel. Noga out there battling. The gunners, the guys that are blocking. Andre Jordan is, holding on, finishing right when Anthony's catching the ball makes a huge difference. So we had a bunch of guys like that. And then, anytime you watch this tape, it's kind of these guys in the shadows. So everyone sees the stat book, DJ this, Damian that, or Chad has a phenomenal game. Joe Golden had a really good game, the line of scrimmage with that. Atticus, he's having a great year, kicking field goals. He's not doing that on his own. Dylan Black, Josh Green continue to be lights out on that operation. Those guys stood out. Newell gets in the game, special teams wise. He's played as a lead back a couple of times, making it physical. We got guys contributing in a lot of ways, which makes a difference. I mean, even DJ's punt and Silas fielding the thing. Silas has given us a ton of special teams. DJ's punt might have changed the entire game with that field position at the end of the half. So a lot to like with that. It'll be great, though, to be back in Research Stadium. It feels like it's been a long, long time with the bye week and then 2 road games. So excited about another sellout, another opportunity, Beaver Nation, help us out, making it difficult on an opponent, because we're playing an opponent that's pretty good on the road, know how to win. I do. Troy Taylor I've known for a long time. I respect this program. I respect the fact that these guys are battling and scrapping, and you can see them getting better week in and week out. It's a sign of a good culture that these guys continue to improve. Had a nice win last weekend, so they're doing some really, really cool things. I think the last part here, too, is cool about getting back home is the introduction of the ceremony this weekend for a Hall of Fame class. A lot of sports. I do want to recognize those particular to football here. Obviously, starting with Coach Riley, winningest coach in the history of this place. Mike Hass, who I actually played with as well when he came in here. Steven Jackson, one of the best players ever to play at this place. Had the opportunity to play with him as well. And then Alexis Cerna, who is currently working with us, doing a great job. So totally deserved by those 4 guys, and it'll be fun to celebrate them on Saturday. Questions?
So Andrew Chatfield, what's clicked for him here of late?
Yeah, I think he continues to work and master his craft. He can rush the passer. He's not easy to block when he gets on edges with guys. I think he's been put in some situations to have opportunities, and he's not doing it on his own. Some of those games we're playing with Chad, he's got a 3 technique or an interior D lineman doing his part, and those guys are operating well.
What did you see in him when you got him out of we're looking at him in the transfer portal?
Yep, been here a couple of years. I remember, he was playing at Florida. I thought he had a skill set to rush the passer, some athleticism that way. Actually, I think early on he was all about pass rush when he got here, and sometimes when you do that, you're way up the field to play the run, and so he's gotten better at that, being disciplined in the run game, and then when you let him loose on pass rush, he's shown up.
You ran 46 out of 71 plays Saturday. Can you see that? Not tipping your hand on what you're going to call, but can you see that being a trend down the stretch with the quarterbacks you're going to be facing? Because I assume that was part of the reason you did that is because you want to keep Sanders off the field.
Yeah, if you can continue to move the sticks running the ball, it keeps the other offense off the field, and there's value to that.
Jake Levingood, is he?
We'll see by the end of the week. We're hopefully, but he was not able to go on Saturday. Not really that close.
And then a couple other guys. Is Alton Julian? Is he out for the year?
I think so. He had a minor procedure that will probably keep him out.
And then Damian went down in the second quarter and was limping a little bit. I don't know if that was just, he played the rest of the game, but
I don't think there's
nothing there.
nothing there outside of being in, game 9, playing running back.
You talked a little bit about Ryan Cooper Jr. How much of an impact did it mean for you guys to have him back on the field after not having him on the field for the last couple of games?
Yeah, it makes a difference because he's got the ability to play corner, the ability to play nickel, and so you can spell some guys that way. And Noble coming back was huge too, just in regards to the depth there. Ryan's a really good player. I do think it showed up toward the end of the game with just the conditioning aspect. No fault of his own. I mean, the guy's just been limited in practice. He's going to work on getting fresh there, but he challenged. He's really one of our best defenders.
What are some of the intangibles he brings? I mean, I was watching him in pregame warmups, and he was hyping up the DB core. They were excited to get him back. How does the kind of team rally around him?
Yeah, he brings some energy now, and he's competitive. Big-time competitor, has energy. Guys, I don't know if they respond to him more than some others. I mean, Easton's a part of that. Healy's a part of that. Coop's a part of that. Caton's a part of that. We've got some veterans that bring energy.
This offense as well, comparing this season to last season, just seems to be clicking a lot better, scoring more points, more passing touchdowns. The running game is all working. Is this where you feel like you want this offense to be right now, this late in the season?
No, there's a lot that you do like. There's still some areas we want to tighten it up. Each game's going to be different. I do think we feel confident that we can move the ball multiple ways, run game, pass game. I like where we're at in some of the screen game. We had opportunities there in the screen game. We didn't execute. We want to finish a couple of red zone drives better. So there's some balance. We got confidence in both sides of it, run and pass.
You mentioned it in your opening statement. I feel like you've always been a coach to really always highlight the guys whose stats may not pop out on the stat sheet, but the ones that do the work kind of behind the scenes that you get to see every single day. Just why do you feel like that's important to you as a head coach to kind of make sure that those guys that are putting in the work also are getting recognized? And what do you think that says about this culture?
Yeah, it's the ultimate team game. I mean, there's 11 guys have to do their job. So for ultimately one guy sometimes grabs all the attention, whether he's catching it, scoring, making the pick, all those kind of things. And so we celebrate that around here, that everyone contributes, their contribution counts. Try to do it. We do it. Scout team players of the week. A lot of those guys ain't seen a bunch of time, but they're giving great effort through the week and makes a huge difference.
Looking at this Stanford team, where are you seeing that they're making some improvements, and having some results that are maybe better than expected late in the season here?
Really, all three phases, both sides of the ball. I thought how they played defense last week, they continue to battle. I look at their competitiveness, their scoring. The previous week against UW, that thing's down the wire. I think it's 3 minutes, 2-point game. They've got the ball. They're throwing it better. Got a couple of talented receivers. Schematically, Troy does a great job of challenging the defense, and so they got a lot of good to them.
The call around the 2-point play, I understand that's analytics and all that, and I frankly don't care if you call plays stand on your head, but at what point do you go, the play is in our favor, but this stuff just isn't working, and maybe back off of that? Is there ever a point where you do that, you just go, if I think it's good, it's good,
Yep.
rather if the last 10 didn't work?
This one, the thing was in our favor. We've got a 250-pound quarterback, one of the best O-lines in the country. We got 1.5 yards to get. I feel like it's a lot like playing blackjack. Got dealt 11, the dealer's showing 6. I'm doubling our points, doubling the money. And yeah, didn't work out, rifles over his head, but you've been at that table before. You got 11, you can double your money, you're going to go do that.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
What the passing game on Saturday, what was causing issues early, and how did you fix that?
Yeah, I think a little bit there's loose in protection. Give those guys some credit too. They can challenge some things. I'm trying to think. The first drive, they got into cover 2. I think DJ's a little bit late in recognizing that, so we get the ball tipped. Where he's throwing it, we probably convert on the first third down. Second series, put the ball on the ground really early to get any type of rhythm. Aiden goes in the game. We end up scoring. So I think in general in the passing game, it just took us a little longer to get going.
What did you see from the 2 fumbles? Because those seem kind of out of character.
Yeah, they were out of character. They weren't really loose with the ball. Good tackles. Finn's first one actually runs into Anthony Gould, who's blocking for him. That's how that comes out. And then the kid made a really good tackle on Damian later.
Coach, the offense has been really good in the second and fourth quarters, and the defense in the first and third, but in the second and third and first and third, vice versa, they haven't been so good. Why do you think that is, and how do you kind of fix that on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, I don't know exact numbers on what is and what's not. I do think we want to finish the game better in the fourth quarter, especially defense off this last week. 2 weeks ago, we didn't finish the thing in the fourth quarter in general, in all three phases. And that's what we're trying to do.
I know that DJ's doing his thing, but Aiden seems to do very well when he's in there. Do you ever give a thought for more than just one series?
We do, just because you're right. He has been so successful. I mean, I think it's the last 4 weeks he's gone in the game and got points on his drive. Looking back at this specific one last against Colorado, DJ just didn't get much up. We go 3 and out on his first series, and then we fumble. I think it was on the second play of the series, and so we wanted to get him back into the game, and then he started playing really, really well. Again, Aiden keeps pushing the envelope to really deserve more time. I get it. We're really pleased with both those guys right now.
Coach, the altitude, did that have anything to do, in your opinion, with the fourth quarter on defense? And guys just, a little gassed by the end there?
I don't think so. I think it's more the limited practice time that a couple of those guys had. And ultimately, we got opportunities to get off the field. We can just tackle a little bit better on some of those. I think it was 2nd and 39 or something like that, and we can't get a guy on the ground. And I don't think the altitude was a huge factor.
In regards to the passing, the pass defense, there was, I think, 245 for passing yards, but 172 of that was yards after the catch.
Yeah.
Was that Colorado's playmakers, or were you guys out of position?
Both. They got players that can make some really, really good plays. We got opportunities. We're almost diving at their legs. We got to be going through their legs to get them on the ground. We got to get more guys to the ball on a couple of those. And again, I think they had 66 yards passing after 3 quarters, and so we just cleaned up some stuff in the fourth quarter. We're feeling really good about it.